Hello everyone, Spaced Oyster here, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Randomized. Here we have Chapter 19X, the Imprisoner of Magic. I think that's what it's called. Or, I think it's just called a Prisoner of Magic. Actually, I can check that on the save screen. Yeah, Prisoner of Magic. Okay. Anyway, we're starting in the preparation screen for this chapter, because with that Orion's Bolt, we have a unit to promote. As I was mentioning last time, we only have a few more units, unpromoted units, left to recruit, and by the time they join or are capable of promoting, I will have more Orion's Bolts, so if any of them are archers or nomads that I want to use, I can promote them. Probably won't want to use them if they're archers, but nomads definitely. Anyway, let's go ahead and throw the Orion's Bolt on Oswin. And I actually read a funny thing about Oswin. It actually said you can't spell Oswin without win, and he looks good as a promoted sniper. Good stuff. Let's see. Okay. And then as for who to bring for this chapter, I actually agonized over that for a bit. Ultimately decided to go with Hector, Rebecca, Bartra, Lucius, Matthew, Canas, and Dorcas. I called him Canas again. I meant to say Canas. You know what? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Anyway, the reason why I picked these guys, well, first, Hector is force deployed. I brought Matthew because he needs to be able to steal from the boss of this chapter. Bartra, Rebecca, and Lucius are coming along. Because they're my three of my best units for combat. I brought Dorcas for healing, and I kind of felt like I had to bring him over Will. Well, not had to bring him over Will, I could still use Will instead of Dorcas, but because of the massive support bonus Dorcas and Bartra get, I feel like Dorcas can be a bit more useful here. And then I brought Fiora along because I wanted to try and level her up and get her promoted to a Berserker, because it would be nice to have a Berserker. It's not a requirement to diversify your party, and in Fiora's spot, I was actually torn between quite a few units. I was torn between Will, Guy, and Dart. Will, obviously, because Troubadour, mounted healer, always nice. Guy, because second bard, you can never go wrong with bards or dancers in Fire Emblem. And Dart, because Dart is a flying unit, and his base strength of 16 is super sexy. But I'm gonna give Fiora a shot, because it'll be nice to have a Berserker. Anyway, let's go ahead and just jump right on in. Alright. Honored Tactician! Why am I reading that? I don't care. Okay, anyway. One thing you'll notice is that I forgot to have Matthew deposit his torch in the convoy. Okay, I can take care of that later. Anyway, the boss of this chapter has a silver card, but you have to steal it. It reduces the cost of all items you purchase by half. It's an amazing item. If you can get it, I recommend that. You need Matthew to have at least 13 speed, or if you're randomizing classes, any thief you get needs to have at least 13 speed. Sadly, Matthew only has... Oh wow, he has 13 speed. Oh! I remember, when I was looking at this map initially, I read that he had 14 speed, so I got to reroll on that. That is neat. Anyway, I thought I was going to have to feed Matthew some level ups. I don't think I have to, but I'm going to try. These Pegasus Knights, they have axe reavers, so they obviously do well or poorly against swords. So I'm going to park Matthew on this fort right in the middle of their range, and then I think I'm going to have one of my other units sit back to assist him. Rebecca's going to go straight for this village. Don't care. And a goddess icon. Woo! It's nice getting money. Okay, I'm gonna have her back up so that way she's still in that guy's range. I should have double-checked that more carefully. She's in the range of 3 enemies unless I kill one. This one, I guess. No, that's dangerous. Lucius, why do you suck? I think that's more the javelin. And this guy's probably standing on a forest, right? No, he's not. It's just the javelin that sucks. Okay. Oh, right. I needed to get rid of that torch. You know what? I'll have to move Matthew later. I'm thinking it's a bad idea to leave Fiora back here to help Matthew, because, again, axe reavers. So let's go ahead and let Lucius attack here with a javelin. Now let's use an iron lance. Alright. You know, ease some of Rebecca's burden. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she wouldn't be able to get on there. Okay. Let's see. Let's make sure Dorcas and Bartress stay together. They're going to want to do that for reasons. Bartress is just needs all that. Oh, right, I was supposed to leave someone back behind. You know, I can have Lucius fly back later. It's fine, it's fine. Let's actually go ahead and play for Dorcas. Let's see. 1, 2... Oh, yeah, you're good. Okay. Let's have him go next to Lucius, trade that javelin, and we're good. And then those other Pegasus Knights that came swooping in, they all have axe reavers too. So Matthew is going to get a lot of good experience here. Yeah, and then that actually, this guy getting 13 speed this time instead of 14, like in my initial preparations thing. That actually got me, well, not thinking, but reminded me that Matthew still has some time to train because of these Pegasus Knights. They're slow, they're horrible. Lucius is probably dead because his resistance isn't that good, but he dodged, so he survived. But anyway, I guess those Pegasus Knights exist as a way to train up Matthew if his speed is just a little too low. You missed. Missed me. I love that skill on Dragon Quest. I just love Dragon Quest in general. Oh no, Lucius got hit. What am I gonna do? Yeah, it's kind of bad that guy's on a forest. But it doesn't matter. Way to go, Lucius. I can't wait to promote you. You're gonna be so sexy after that. Although, I guess some people would argue that Lucius actually is sexy. Oh yeah, all these flying units. They reminded me of another story of how horrible I used to be at Fire Emblem. It used to be at Fire Emblem, I'd always end up getting Florina killed in the tutorial part of the game. I didn't understand the subtleties of knowing when and where to fight, so I would just send all my units blindly charging forward into every enemy position ever in the history of mankind ever. And for a unit as frail as Florina starts out as, that's a bad idea. And so, she would always end up dead, and me, being a complete moron, would wonder, why does this Florina person never fight with me? Because I'd always forget, oh yeah, I got her killed. Well, not killed, they don't die in the tutorial, per se. Anyway, moving fast is normally a good idea, but in this chapter, I would recommend staying at about 11 spaces away from Aeon at most. You'll see why in a couple of seconds. Alright, Matthew already killed one. And you do want to retaliate and defeat these Pegasus Knights as quickly as possible, because they're annoying and I hate them. But also because they would just go down there and kill Merlinus. And that's not good. Fortunately, they get weighed down a lot by their axe reavers, so pretty much anyone can handle them, I think. Well, except for a unit with an axe, they're gonna have a tough time. Alright, anyway, continuing the story, I always thought Florina was just someone who happened to be along for the ride, like a non-combatant similar to the tactician character that they shoehorned into this game to make it easier for noobs to get in. And then and then I actually got a little bit better at Fire Emblem, and I was like, oh, that's when Florina joins. I wonder what happens if she survives. And then she got to be used in future maps. So I started to teach myself how to play a little bit better at a time. Firstly, by just not using Florina at all, which, well, isn't a good idea. Sure, her flying utility is just amazing. But then I wanted to see what this unit I thought was complete crap could do, so I started trying to feed her kills more and more and more. And this was actually a dangerous idea with Lucius, because I forgot these Pegasus Knights have good crit rates. Anyway, I started feeding her kills because I was curious how she would turn out. I thought she was a crap unit based on her join time and the types of enemies she had to contend against in Lynn's story, which is mainly, you know, fighting against axe units with a weak lance. She could barely do any damage. But as I learned how to actually feed kills to weaker units, I started doing that to her, and eventually learned the awesome utilities of a flying unit. Alright, let's see, and then after that, well, the rest of my story about using flying units, that's actually something I would save for later. Woo! Lucius is doing awesome! Alright, and then if I have Canis go back and play for them, well, he'll just get attacked. If I have Hector do it... Let's see, he's got 6 defense. And this lady does 17 damage, and she loses 6 speed. Oh yeah, I think we're good. So, let's go ahead and send Hector back. Why not? Why not? I never thought I'd label this as a downside, but Canis is actually lighter than Guy is, so I don't have a guarantee that everyone can pick him up, but then again, I don't need a guarantee that everyone can pick him up. Maybe I should have had one more unit hang back a little bit too. You know what? We'll work through it. We will work through it. Let's go ahead and put Fiora there. Let's park Rebecca there. Oh crap, that was the wrong person. Oh well, oh well. Healing experience is healing experience. And, yeah, that actually leads me to another thing that's kind of proving how bad I am at Fire Emblem right now. Oh, yeah, this guy is a magic seal, so all those areas that are covered in red, nobody can use magic in those areas. Kinda bad for Hector. Anyway, what was it? Oh yeah, I was talking about how bad of a Fire Emblem player I am right now, because I chose to bring, train, and use my first guiding ring on Dorcas, who is clearly not doing so good as a unit. I guess the bad example of me being a bad Fire Emblem unit is I'm forcing myself to try and get this really bad unit to continue to work out, based purely on the fact that he's supporting with another unit. It's kind of weird that guy went for Lucius. Anyway. Yeah, because there's no denying it. Dorcas is really, really weak. Okay. Alright, let's get Matthew charging forward. And then some mages start popping out of those forts after a little bit. Well, I guess I can just have Rebecca and or Lucius fly back to take care of them if that happens. If you clear the map fast enough, you don't need to worry about it. Alright, let's see here. Next, let's feed this kill to Fiora, yeah. Anyway, I might have actually been better off at this point in the game if I had dropped Dorcas in order to try and train Raven, or another, or a different unit for healing and stuff. But I stubbornly stuck to Dorcas because of how much he was supporting Bartra, who actually did turn out okay-ish. So, I guess the ultimate lesson I'm trying to teach here is that supports can basically be a pitfall if you're not utilized properly. Right there, and then... But I am still hopeful that Dorcas can pull through and become a more valuable unit. Hopefully training up his staff rank will definitely be a boon to that. At the very least, he can be a walking heal staff. And I guess the only potential problem of Dorcas being a mostly just staff support unit is that if his magic stat doesn't grow enough, he's going to be severely limited on what he can do with staves, since a lot of the later good ones like Physic and Warp, their effects are limited by the how much magic the unit can use. On the other hand, though, he can always use a Mend Staff to recover a lot of HP for someone, and then the Barrier Staff, which we'll get a little bit later, that boosts a resistance, and it doesn't matter how much magic the wielder has. Anyway, I was not paying attention. I hope nothing bad happened. Doesn't look like anything bad has happened, except, well, you know what, Bartra isn't even taking that much damage. These mages are either really, really weak, or his resistance is surprisingly good. These mages are really, really weak. Alright, alright. Alrighty. Oof. Sorry, I don't know what I'm supposed... don't know what the evil plan is here. I'll think of something. I will think of something. Well, the evil plan is, of course, to get Matthew up to Aeon, steal that silver card, and then kill him in cold blood. But that's another part of the reason... the support thing is another part of the reason why I wanted to bring Dorcas over Will, because even in the anti-magic zone, Dorcas is still capable of assisting with fighting, even though he's the only thing he's assisting with is giving Bartra a support bonus. And that, while small, that is still better than nothing. Oh right, I was supposed to trade away some of Matthew's stuff so he could steal. You know what? I could probably play for him and do it then. Yeah, let's get Bartra right behind. There. Oh yeah, and you don't have to worry about these 4 units surrounding Kishuna, the magic seal. They won't attack you unless you're in their range. I think they remain perfectly still. That also actually does remind me that there is another Gaiden chapter after this one, but I do not meet the requirements to get it. I'm not too sure if I ever could with this randomizer going. In order to get the Gaiden chapter after this one, you have to participate in Lynn's story, on at least hard mode, I believe. Oh, give me just a second. Alright, back. Sorry about that. I just thought I thought I heard something, and I went to check on it. It was nothing. It was nothing. Alright, Rebecca, you're good here. Oh, and then something else I should mention, actually. The Gaiden chapter that's after this one, going to it plus 2 other Gaiden chapters is actually a hidden requirement to add some more context to the game. I think it adds some end screen stuff. I would really recommend checking it out at least once. Alright. So these guys can attack into the evil magic anti-magic area, but they can't attack while they're in it. So for example, if I park Fiora here while she's holding a... Oh, come on. I just want to move down one. Okay, while she's holding a hand axe, that mage would come after her. Of course, I wonder why I would wait for that to happen. Let's just move... let's just move Canis here. And attack here with Dorcas, or Bartra. I called Dorcas Canis, didn't I? There we go. That way, Canis is not, or Dorcas is not in the range of the evil mage, and the only guys that can do damage to him won't be doing that much damage. And then we can try and get steal that thing from Ion, and then we're good. Well, it's not good as the fact that Dorcas is in range of these knights. At least 2 of them, so that means only 1 is going to attack him. So we're good, we're good. Then I guess I could bring Rebecca over here to try and take one out. No, she wouldn't accomplish it, but we could at least try, right? Right. Well, then again, they're probably going to go for Rebecca now instead of Bartra. But that's a-okay with me. Gives me a chance to move Fiora closer. Now let's put Fiora here with the hand axe. I kind of feel bad about putting her there. Okay, Dorcas is too big for Matthew to pick up. That's one of his big downsides. Like, it's going to be nice to be able to have the option to use the much heavier tomes without getting weighed down, but I now need to have my biggest units pick him up and carry him around if I want to move him faster. Oh, the mage just ran away like a pansy. Anyway, yeah, oh, right, what I was saying. So the bonus requirements for the next chapter, in Lin mode, you have to get Nils to at least level 7 before you finish, which is kind of hard to do. You basically have to spend a few turns just standing there playing for someone and then ending your turn. And then you have to kill Kishuna in this chapter, which is a tall order to place because he'll run away after 1 turn. You attack him. If you attack him, then he runs away the next turn. So you either need to kill him, or you fail. And that's actually the tricky part, because at this point in the game, the only units, if you've been training them up, that have a good chance of being able to deal very good damage to Kishuna would be basically Marcus, Guy, or Raven, most likely. He has no resistance, but nobody with magic can get close to him. If you're aiming for that bonus chapter, make sure you kill Aeon first, because having to deal with him while Kishuna's dead is very tricky. Trust me, I made that mistake once before. Never again. Never again. Alright, I do believe Dorcas can deal some light damage to this knight here. No, Dorcas just outright kills him. So let's feed this one to Fiora. Woo! She's not getting as much experience as I wanted her to, but at least she's getting something. That's always a bonus, right? Right, okay. Actually, let's go ahead and let Lucius kill the little mage. Finish that guy off. And my evil plan is I would love to be able to feed the boss kill to Aeon. No guarantee on that, but I would love to at least try. Or feed the boss kill to Fiora, not feed it to Aeon. Aeon is the boss. I cannot talk today. Today is not a good day for English. Alright, anyway, let's just get Hector plodding along. Oh, I should have had Matthew move first, that way Knas could play for him, and then he'd be able to steal right away. You know what? Well, thoughts for later, thoughts for later. For now, let's just end the turn. And there are those mages. Okay. Let's see. 12 damage. To Merlinus's 2 resistance. He is on a forest tile, so he's got 57 avoid. They've both got 108 hit and 100 hit. 15 and 12. Do they double, though? Oh, absolutely not. Okay. So I think Merlinus has a couple turns. Probably not. Probably not. Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna steal that silver card. I'm gonna have Dorcas rescue. And then Rebecca is gonna jump right in there. Let's see, she does 13. And Fiora can only do up to 8 with a 39% hit rate. Alright, so I don't think I can feed it to Fiora, but I'm gonna sure as hell try. Although that might not be a good idea to actually try. 16, 24, 26. 26 plus 16, 32. Okay. I'ma try that. Oh no! Rebecca missed. What am I gonna do? Well, she's light enough that Lucius can pick her up. Or I just try and throw a javelin? No, that's an even worse idea than attacking with the lance. Okay. I guess we play. And attack with the iron sword. Okay. Yeah, I'm basically feeding this to Rebecca, but right now I just want to get this chapter over with, because I would love for Merlinus to actually level up. I know that already contradicts what I was saying about feeding it to Fiora, but Fiora will have a few more chances in the future. So it's all good. It is all good. Alright, I think we're good. And we got the silver card, so that's a bonus. Where are you, Matthew? There you are, Matthew. Okay, yeah. Oof. Yeah, I was hoping Dorcas would be able to dodge one of those, but he didn't. Okay, so I'll go ahead and clear the chapter. Oh, is everyone well? I would certainly hope so. Nobody died, at least. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call that an episode. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Spaced Oyster, signing out.